Hi everyone. For today's book review, we're going to take a pleasant journey on board the SS North American. This book was written by Gerry Bay and is a series of recollections about his time serving as a junior radio operator during the summer of 1960, that is 1960. The SS North American and its sister ship, the SS South American, were a pair of passenger vessels operated by the Gerry Bay line that served the Great Lakes. They were built in 1914 and served through until the mid-1960s, when they were withdrawn due to the introduction of new fire regulations. They were deemed unseaworthy and unsafe because they just had too much wood in their interiors. You get to see some of those interiors through the photos that are included in this book. It's not a history per se, but a series of recollections. Gerry has gone back to his diary, which he had kept during that time, and provided us with a wonderful look at the 1960 season. As a young crew member, 16, 17, we get the sense of adventure of being on board this ship and some of the big personalities involved, particularly some very drunken crew members, and also the idea that with so many young people, 16, 17, 21, 23-year-olds, all crammed together, as he says, chemistry happens, and it's fun to read between the lines. The very end of this book, the diary entries are included, so you get a far more detailed account of that season, but basically the book looks at the highlights of that time. We get life on board the ship, some of the interesting personalities on board, some of the events that happened, such as the North Americans' clash with the Detroit Piers pilings, an accidental running aground, and a very unusual incident where Gerry thought he found a UFO. But as it turns out, the truth was out there, and the UFO turned out to be a lone seagull flying at night, and its saucer shape was basically the moonlight reflecting off the bird. So, there you go. It's a breezy look at a time past, and it joins a subgenre of other recollections. There's another one here from a waiter on board the Keewatin. Have I said that correctly? Yes, the Keewatin, called A Stake in the Draw. This and other Keewatin books will be reviewed later. But there's a subgenre out there of all these recollections. And it's great that they have been put down to paper, because we can actually feel their enthusiasm and get a sense of this very unique time when young people were serving on board these, antique ships that were built well and truly, in some cases before their parents' time, and serving out this twilight era. As he says, the North American and the South American were extremely popular ships, almost to the point of being a cult, where you had repeat cruisers always coming on and enjoying the trip over and over and over again. This wonderful slice of social history will appeal to anyone who is interested in Great Lakes shipping, passenger shipping, or who themselves were a crew member or possibly a passenger on the Great Lakes and have similar fond memories of that time. There's plenty of photographs, several of the ship's interiors, some wonderful candid crew pics as well, and a variety of other pictures showing the ship in its cruise season, as well as a couple of quite blurry ones of it running aground. It's a fantastic book, like I said, for those who want to revisit a forgotten era. And if you are one of those people that are interested in learning more about what it was like to be a crew member on these wonderful old vessels on the Great Lakes, then by all means do pick it up. So there you have it, SS North American by Gerry Bay.